I love also this scene sets up, from Cecilia's point of view, we have the sense of, early feminism. She wants her vote. She's also a business owner. She's been married. She's really enjoying her independence. There's also this idea of the teetotaler culture that is, really impacting the economy in ways that we all know from having consumed media about Prohibition era. And then from Donovan's perspective, there's so much about the Great War or World War
Yeah.
One. And I really love that these things are swirling together rather than being like separate stories. How did you think about bringing all of this into one story one novella?
So I knew that I wanted it to be around like women's right to vote. And I knew that was after World War One. But, there's such a heaviness in that time period, whether that's because of, all the back and forth over prohibition, but also, the flu back then, what they called the Spanish flu at the time, killed so many people as people were coming home from World War One, those types of things. So as I was kind of pulling these pieces in, I knew Donovan was going to be a widower. And I did not actually plan it to align at the time with the flu. It just happened to work out that way. So I think sometimes when you write historical romance, that just happens. You've got this great idea for a scene, and then history kind of gives you something that just works great. And that's really, especially in regards to the flu, which was an awful thing, but it worked in my storyline. So, in regards to Prohibition, I wanted Cecilia to be an independent woman, but a lot of the women during that time who were independent had lost their husbands because of the Great War. They had inherited property from their husbands. But there's even, you'll see in this, well, people will see in the story that there are women who are fighting for the right to vote because some of these women still wanted to work, but they were being told to go back home. They were being only offered one third the pay, half the pay. It's a very like complicated time. I think I could have gone through a million rabbit holes in this time period, but I just tried to. I had a plot that I was going with, and I tried to use things that fit in. I think I could write more books in this time period, honestly. It's just a very fascinating time period.